How's it going, guys? Welcome to week one of the Draft Jam. We updated the team builder a little bit, made it a little easier. On the left side, we've got the Mon. I've just got it on the standard here for it to avoid a little spoiler. On the bottom, we've got the matchup. Then we got face cam. I did have to stretch the main screen a little bit, which you guys will probably be able to see easier, but let me know if it looks a little weird because it's a little vertically stretched. If it looks, it's going to look a little off, but if it's like disrupting the viewing experience, please let me know down in the comments. I'll work on a fix for that. But as you guys can see this week, we're against Kaz. We have played once before. It was in the BBR Scramble back last summer, 2024. It's been a while. And I'm scared of this Glow King, man. He ran max speed, timid Glow King, and cooked my Primarina last time. So, but definitely an annoying team to go against. You've got that regen core, and then Tinglu's such a bulky Pokemon. A pretty bulky team in general. Like even as offensive threats and like Nihilape and Azumarill, I have a good amount of bulk to them and don't go down super easily. Even Kyurem's like decently bulky. It's harder to straight up one tap that guy. Nihilape is definitely super scary. You've got like Prankster T-Wave with Thundurus and generally just hits pretty hard. Slitherwing, well, I don't think it has a great matchup into my team. Is still, first impression bandit. Gotta watch out for that. Enamtherian, of course, can be like a setup demon or just a good defensive Pokemon. And then Bronzong, GOAT defensive guy right there. But without further ado, this is what we brought. First off, we got OKIDOGI. He's a pretty damn good matchup here. Give me just 1 second. Let me pull this back up. Boom. Sorry about that. If I remember to edit that out, I will. We've got OKIDOGI, yes. And we are running the Rocky Helmet. It's just really nice to help chip down, like possibly Thundurus going for like a U-turn on me, Nihilape, Slitherwing, Azumarill, mainly those four. Just chipping them down with passive Rocky Helmet's going to be super nice. We're just rocking a little bit of speed as like, we're at base 80 speed and Slitherwing's at 81. So just a few investment. If that thing has no speed in it, we could possibly be able to outspeed it. Then we've just got max HP. I've got a little bit of Spadef. I'm pretty sure it was so we could tank a little Earth Power from Specs Kyurem. If I do recall, we can take one. Then we've just got our Rest and Attack, so we can still hit pretty damn hard. So Gunk Shot, hits a fair amount of his team. If we'll take a look here, hits Azu and Enam, of course. And then the main things that resist it are going to be like Tinglu, who doesn't enjoy Drain Punch. We don't really hit an Nihilape super well, so fortunately there. But then we've got Throat Chop for Bronzong and Glow King, and it could be nice to like block a Psychic Noise or something from one of them. It's like a decently common move. And I really like Taunt as the last move on here. I could run like, I think he gets like Zen Headbutt or something for an Nihilape, but it doesn't really feel the greatest, so. But we are faster than a good chunk of his Pokemon. Azu, Enam, Tinglu, Bronzong, and Glow King were all faster than, so getting a taunt on one of them could be a really nice taunt before a Chili, or maybe rocks from, Tinglu or Bronzong. I'm thinking of just leading OKIDOGI, to be honest. There's not a lot on my opponent's team that can really, like, one-tap me, except, like, Glow King probably, but we've got, like, some decent switch-ins for that, which we'll go over, but this is the first Pokemon for this week. Second is the Oolong Omen. Me and Soulblaze were... Big shout out to Soulblaze, by the way, for helping me prep this week. Basically went all through it together. I was thinking of a name, and I just went to ChatGPT, and this shit's so stupid, it's funny. It kind of goes hard. We've got max defensive Sinistcha here. Very standard set. I'll be honest. This is mainly here. Very good check into like Azu and Slitherwing. If Thundurus is physical, good into that as well. But mainly here for Azu and Slitherwing, as my team doesn't love switching into Azumarill otherwise. We've got Heat Proof, which like doesn't do a ton this matchup, but maybe a random coverage move and like no point to run the other ability. And we just got Matcha Gotcha Shadow, just dual stab, string sap, best move in the game. And Calm Mind, it's like not super easy for my opponent to take this guy out, as both of his flying types are genies, so they're kind of fake flying types. And then, you know, like we're neutral to poison. Mainly it's going to be that Cure Him and Annihilate, but my goal isn't to Calm Mind with this Pokemon, but if I can, like, you know, say I switch in on Azu and like he's never staying in on Azu with, you know, with Finish in front of him. So if I get a free Calm Mind there, you know, I'll probably take it. Just gotta be careful not to click String Sap into that Defiant Annihilate. But yeah. Third up, we've got Assault Vest, Hoop Unbound. We went really back and forth with this Pokemon. It's got a pretty interesting looking set on it. We are going pretty much fully physical. Got a little bit of speed for that Slitherwing once again. Terra Fairy looks really good into my opponent's team. They have Glowking and Bronzong, but Bronzong doesn't, you know, unless they're rocking Heavy Slam, which, I mean, could be a possibility for sure. But like with the Aphie, Glowking's not going to be doing a ton with Sludge Bomb to us, just because Hoopa's great natural special bulk, especially with max HP invested. We're rocking Psychic Noise mainly, just like so. Annihilate can't go for like rest and stuff. That's like the big one there. And then we've got Knockoff as our stab, you know, just super strong stab into the team. Terra Blast Fairy, of course. Like Knockoff and Terra Blast hits the whole team by itself pretty much. We're also rocking Gunk Shot for, I think Annihilate could either, I think its two best tears into me are like a Ghost or Fairy. So having coverage, and it also hits Azu and Enam, which are bulkier Pokemon who are going to take like a Knock or a Terra Blast anyway. So having a stronger move for those two is going to be really nice. This is Handyman. We've got Floppy Disk Iron Maw. Another pretty standard set we're running on this guy this week. We are able to run Modest as, I think it's Annihilate, right? Or sorry, Cure Him hits the 317. So it can be 318. And then obviously Thundurus and Cyclizar outspeed us anyways. The Fiery Dance, Sludge Wave, Deagling, U-Turn, like just 4 moves. Like, I thought about like a Scarf set, but it kind of sucks to lock into a move in a certain Pokemon in this matchup. So I was like, well, we'll just bring him out to get damage. We're not bringing Drill, unfortunately, into, like, it sucks. I really want to bring him into Ting Lu, but he's just like, he's really not great this matchup, unfortunately. So we're just running Boots, which is fine. It's not really like an item I super want. But Mata's just here to, like, you know, click buttons and do a lot of damage. Fifth up, we've got a pretty fun Zapdos set to start us off week 1. We're rocking Thunderbolt, Hurricane, Heatwave, and Roost. No pivot. We are running a offensive Zapdos with Boots as well, because no hazard removal, of course. Static still. But like the only flying resists are Bronzong and Thundurus, both of which don't enjoy taking like a 125 base special attack, Thunderbolt, or Heatwave. They really can't do a lot back to us, so we can just roost it off. Zapdos, like, it's pretty hard here. I mean, my team's more generally offensive, so yeah, I don't think we'll like be able to stall out Kaz's team for sure. Yeah, I mean, we're just running enough speed to outrun Kyurem. Have to, you know, gotta name him Strike twice. And 6th up, we've got Spiegel, the Samurai Hisui. If you know, you know, on the nickname. Decently standard set here. Well, actually, it's not that standard at all. We're running I forgot we had Max Spadef AV. This is our like blanket check to Kyurem. It's not going to be like the greatest check, obviously, because freeze dry, but like Hoopa, you know, he's got enough on his plate. Like I kind of need him to switch into like Glowking and like Thundurus, and obviously Hammerot. You know, Kyurem's fucking gonna fry that. Like Hoopa can't switch into everything. So we're rocking this, and like I was going between this and Drill, I think, but he just kind of seemed better. Aqua Cutter, Ceaseless Edge, Sacred Sword, Flip Turn, 4 moves, just coverage. Spike's always good in a matchup, especially when my opponent's team is so bulky, wearing them down. And like, you know, getting some residual chip on like King Lu, and I mentioned a lot of his attackers are bulkier, so, you know, getting just flat damage off a spike can be really good here. Sorry for the little, you know, longer team builder. Really going to take this league pretty serious, so I like to give a little bit more in-depth analysis on the team. As you know, it's like the stranger sets I probably gave a bit more information on. Let's go over real quick. Drill wasn't very great here. Didon's Barth wasn't the greatest because into Annihilate, and his team's already pretty generally slow, so glare spam isn't the best. Mentioned why Drill wasn't. Rabambi was a possible bring, for sure. Not webs. Like, I was thinking more of an offensive set, but like it is. I do think Loking could just come max SpDef AV for stuff like Moth, Zapdos. You know, it can switch into those very easily. So I didn't really like it. It could have been good given the circumstances, like become right, but I feel like Hammerot's just always a more consistent Pokemon. So yeah, but obviously if you guys want to skip the team builder, I'll have it in the description each week. But that is the team for this week. We're also Terra Fairy on Moth. I did forget to say that. Not feeling. I'm like a 50-50 on the confidence. I think if we win, it's not going to be a super heavy win, not like a 4, 5, 6-0. I think it's going to be like a 1-0 or 2-0, just because the team's so bulky. It's going to be difficult for us to break through initially. I think we're going to have to probably sack a few members before we can really start breaking. But I think once we do find a hole in the team, it's going to be really easy for some of my offensive threats, like the faster ones like Moth or Zapdos, to really do some damage, or at least that's the goal. I'm playing this in about, say, 2.5 hours. So, yeah, guys. Sorry for the longer team builder. I just want to go a little bit more in depth with this league. Some of the competition is just greater. But yeah, see you guys in the battle. Alrighty, everyone. In with the week 1 of the Draft Jam. Let's see what Kaz brought. We've got Ting Lu, Annihilate. I should probably tell him my Terra types. Terra Rock. What the fuck? I did not expect Rock. I'm not gonna lie. No Bronzong is pretty nice to see. I think we're just gonna lead OKIDOGI still. I think it matches pretty well into a lot of his team. Like, we should be fine to switch. Like, if he leads Kyurem, like the one thing I really don't like. But we can go Hammerot, I suppose. I see the Thunderous lead. This guy could be packing Psychic, right? I'm sure that just fucking nukes me. Yeah. But it could also... It's also a little scary to just hard go Hoopa in case he wants to U-turn. Despite us being like pretty SpDef on Hoopa, I think a U-turn would still do quite a bit. Zapdos is a pretty decent middle ground because I don't think he's gonna like hard T-Bolt. Guess he could. I think Zapdos is an okay middle ground actually. Now realizing Dogi was not the greatest lead. He can't T-Wave Zapdos at least, so... Just straight up T-Bolts, okay. 190. I don't think that's fully invested, or he got a lower roll. 43%. Yeah, he's not fully invested in special attack. Maybe a little bit. Lu is here. I think I'm just gonna roost this turn. Just a scout maybe. See if he wants to U-turn. Let me jot down. I am not prepared. Let me jot down people. We'll just go for a roost this turn and see. Straight up, just nasty plots. Fair enough. It was a good play. This Pokemon is very scary. We don't have any kind of Scarfer. I'd imagine Fairy Hoopa should be able to take almost anything at +2 though. But we might have to sack Zapdos here, unfortunately. Trying to think if there's... I don't think we can ever pivot Moth. Might have to just sack Zapdos, unfortunately. Didn't expect Kaz to go super aggressive early on, so well played there. We still got 20 seconds. Let me think. We're gonna risk it. We'll go Hoopa. If he U-turns, bro's the GOAT. God, Hoopa is so big. Okay, cool. Ups us to 230. We do have to Terra here for sure. I don't think this guy's taking a knockoff. No, no shot. Do I ever Terra Blast over knock here? I don't think so. Even if he goes Ting Lu, like, we still remove a possible lefties or something. Just T-Bolts, yeah. I can't really risk it there on a U-turn, but, you know. Definitely not out of the game yet. It's just going to be pretty difficult. We do still have... I was hoping to keep Hoopa a bit healthier. Help switch into, like, Glow King. Since it is a little annoying for my team to, like, switch into. But we still have Hammerot for Kyurem, which is like a okay check. Okay, we see this guy come out. So a freeze try wouldn't kill us. So I feel pretty good about just hard going into Hammerot here. I don't think he's going to expect the super spit up set. Icicle Spear, okay, you're physical. Probably loaded nice Scale Shot as well. That's kind of not good. That this guy's physical. I want to Ceaseless or Sacred. I think Ceaseless is probably just better here. Because even if Azu comes out, we just always go Sinistcha on that guy. Yeah, I didn't think they'd stay in. Very nice. Brawny. That's fine. Rocky Helmet. Okay, that didn't do a lot. That looks probably either max HP or max like Fizz Step Azu. That might just actually be fully Fizz Step Azu. Keep the Sinistcha nickname. This shit's straight from ChatGPT. Did 35%. Oh no, he does have a lot of investment. I think we just low rolled that Ceaseless probably. Is it ever a CM? I think we will call mine here. Okay, cool. This was Kyurem. I mean, I kind of feel like risking it, man. I feel like we kind of have to. We're so behind in this game. And like a Strength Sap would be pretty fucking big. Now if he baits a Strength Sap and goes Annihilate into Defiant, like... Okay, buddy. I think we always Strength Sap though, right? Like, even if I go Hammerot, like, he dies to the next. We don't really make progress. And he could also just straight up Scale Shot since we have no Rabambi this game. I think I'm a Strength Sap. Freeze Dry. Okay, we should take this pretty easy. Yeah. He's mixed. Good to know. Cool. That is some very nice HP back. Freeze Dry did what, about half, I think. Yeah, makes sense. I think I just want some damage on this to progress. Okay, we should live another. That is unfortunate. Oh no. That is really unfortunate. We'll just stay in and Shadow Ball again, I guess. Oh my god. And then he crits? Oh my god, bro. That is unfortunate. Holy shit. Okay. I mean, this guy could still be Scarf, right? But, like, probably not. Let me look at his team. I think it's Dogi. Because, like, he could definitely just go Annihilate. Like, 1000%. I think Lu's, like, not a big deal whether we Gunk Shot or Drain Punch. I'm just scared that Azu's gonna come in on the Drain Punch. I guess there's really no downside to Drain Punch, though. Now that I think about it, actually. I think I will probably just Drain Punch. Worst case Annihilate comes in, I probably go for a taunt. Go switch out. I thought there was a decent chance he could stay in there, but I guess without really knowing Dogi's set. Okay, this guy comes in. And he's not Boots. That's really nice. I did a ton of damage. That looks... Is that like max Fizz Def? I think it's always Hammerrod here. Like he could Chili. I think there's a ton I can do against that. Fortunately. Cool. Okay. Get that read right. It's very nice. Is it ever flip on the Azu, or do I want another spike up is the question. We saw Kyurem was Boots. Just, I believe, right? I'm pretty sure Kyurem's Boots. Do I ever, like, hard swap? If he's max Spadef, he should be able to take Ceaseless, like, pretty decently. I think I need another spike up. So I think I might just Ceaseless. Now that we know Kyurem is, mixed, this guy isn't as good. Great bring from Kaz, by the way. But chip on this goes a long way for a possible, like, Dogi win. Do I ever just get 3 up? Is that ever the move? And sack this to get a clean switch into Moth or Dogi? It might be... We could also... I mean, he's probably carrying Jet, right? I would think so. We've only seen, like, Play Rough. I'm gonna stay in and Ceaseless again. What does he go for? Just Play Rough. Fair play. How much is Moth taking from a Jet? A little too much. What about Hoopa? That guy's also taking a little too much. I think we have to go Dogi, unfortunately. I probably just rip off a Gunk Shot. Don't think I have really another play. Okay, they let this thing die. Cool. I mean, I don't think it's that great. I think it would have been better if they switched out for me, but it is what it is. Who comes in? Probably Annihilate. Nope. Oh, I lied. This guy. Alright, he's regen. Good to know. Not Curious Medicine. Huge. He's not running Psychic Noise, so Bird Chop won't work, unfortunately. Hoopa, do you take a Psychic? Good chance you do. I guess we'll go Hoopa. I mean, if he chilies, like, I can't really stop it, unfortunately. Okay. We should live this unless it's super invested. Awesome. Spit F drop does not matter. Now the question is, do we knock? I think knock's always a good play, right? Like, there's no downside to clicking knock off here. Or do we Terra Blast? Fuck, man. He's been switching a lot. I don't think he wants... Looking is really good of a check to Dogi, though, so I don't think he wants to risk throwing it away. I don't know if I can beat these 4 with the remaining members of my team. So maybe I Terra Blast. I think I'm gonna knock. He's Colbert. Okay. That was a better play, at least. Okay. Thank God we knocked. If I clicked Terra Blast, that would have been really bad. This guy's like max Fizz Def. That is like an almost max attack Admit Hoopa. I think I need Doki alive to help deal with Terra Rock and Annihilate, so... The Fiery Dance even kill. Let's see. I think it should, since I don't think he's very Spadef invested. I think we should kill quite easily with Fiery Dance from here. Does withdraw. Makes sense. I roll. This is a new guy. This has got to be Lou, right? Yeah. Special attack raise would be massive. We don't get it. Oh man. I need to get the little slider bar. I think he's like mixed defense. His low roll is 18 with Fiery Dance if he's like super Spadef. And I think that did a bit less. That's probably about 18 actually. We're gonna go Zapdos here. I feel like pork chops. Oh. See, I am kind of scared of Roost though. Roosting is definitely a scary play, so I think we just rip off a Hurricane here. I need damage against this guy. If he wants to give me damage on like Kyurem or something, that'd be great too. Or just go Annihilate. Oh, sorry, I hit my mic. Or just go Annihilate. Okay, actually does switch out, which I think is kind of crazy, but I guess wants HP for that. This would be really cool if we land Crit and Confuse. And we miss. Alright, great job, Zapdos. You're the guy. This guy's boots, so we always outspeed. I should always go for a Roost if we live, right? Let me just like tear Electric in the calc. Icicle Spear. I think we should live. He could, like... I think we might just Hurricane, though. We're not really gaining anything with Roosting. I think we just Hurricane. And we miss again. Alright! Thank you, Zapdos. Any DDs. Alright, I think that's probably a good game. This was quite the unfortunate battle. I mean, really good opening few turns from Kaz for sure, though. I mean, at least we know... Actually, I don't... He probably doesn't have Skill Shot. Hello, Mr. OKIDOGI. I mean, if he has Zen Headbutt, like... It is what it is, right? Like, I think Moth would probably die to 1 too, right? At +1. Yeah, so I've just kind of got to hope he doesn't have Zen Headbutt. Yeah, I think that's about it. Icicle Spear is not contact, right? Like, I'm like 95% sure. No, okay. I guess we'll just Drain Punch here. And he has Earth Power, okay. We do live quite a bit, but... definitely just playing for diff at this point. Okay. So he knows I'm a bit bulkier, so he's probably going to go Annihilate, just because I don't have a ton of speed. On Annihilate, I think I just have to hard pivot Moth. So this guy probably just dies to anything, I would imagine. And he's probably just going to Earthquake, right? I didn't see what exactly my HP was at. It was Annihilate. Peppa Pig. Okay. This guy barely dies to Earthquake. Oh, that is sad. Like, no shot he doesn't have Earthquake. I mean, I guess it's possible. Does he get, like... No, he doesn't get, like, Zen Headbutt or Psycho Cut. So he's... I mean, he has to have it, right? Like... Gunk actually does more than Throat. I guess that makes sense. I guess we Gunk Shot. He bulks up in my face. That's not very nice. Right, poison? Oh, the Toxic Chain! Massive. Absolutely massive. We'll just click it again. I mean, if he Terror Rocks, he Terror Rocks. Yeah, Rage Fist. Goodbye, OKIDOGI. I am, pleasantly happy with OKIDOGI's performance this match. I think he's the only person I'm happy about their performance this game. I guess Moth never really had a chance to do a lot. Eagleam still does the most, even after Terror Rocks. I might as well go for it. He's probably got EQ. But even then, at +1 after 2 Rage Fist boosts, he's probably going to kill me anyways, so... That is quite a bit. Okay, he just got Terror Blast. Yeah, there's no way Moth is taking this shit. Yeah. Unfortunate game. I think no freeze on Sinistra. And if we landed just one Hurricane, Dogi would have been a lot healthier. Or Annihilate on the Curum, for sure. So that's pretty unfortunate, for sure. Mainly the freeze, though. It's just having Sinistra for to come in on a King Lu there would have been really nice to get some HP back. Not saying we would have won, of course, but I think it would have probably been like a 1 or 2-0 in either of our favors at that point. I never came into this battle thinking that we were gonna sweep just because Kaz's team is so fucking bulky. But the Hex definitely did not help. I think if Zapdos landed just one Hurricane, it would have been a lot closer in game. I think he still probably would have had it, but I probably could have got another diff or two. Definitely unfortunate there, but that's Pokemon, man. You get frozen on the freeze dries. Not to take away from Kaz, of course, played super well. Really great opening few turns from him. Definitely should have realized how annoying a Thunderous lead would have been into my 6. It is pretty annoying. Just kind of gets covered for everything. Hopefully we can bounce back in week 2. 3-0 loss doesn't feel great. Week 1, of course. That much hacks doesn't feel great, but of course, guys. See you guys in week 2. Bye-bye.